In this part, I'm going to talk you through how to go through the assignment on course needs, research, and brainstorming using our course template. So you're going to see a screen like this, and you'll go through to get the assignment instructions. And one of the most important parts of the assignment instructions is that this whole thing is going to be project-based. You're going to submit this over 3 different periods, and you're going to be opening up this this Google Doc here. And you'll see a screen that looks like this whenever you get the Google Doc, and you're going to follow through on the instructions. So it says name your file, your name, and then blueprint for instructional design course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and so the first thing you got to do is name your file. You got to create a copy. Sorry, create a copy, and then you're going to name your file. So your name. So Andrew Sears blueprint for instructional design, and then you're going to hit OK. Now, once you do that, so you've created your own copy of our Google Doc. Now, once you do that, then the next thing we need you to do is, and I'm just going to walk you through the steps that are outlined there. You're going to click Share, and then after you click Share, you're going to click on Advanced, and then under Advanced, you're going to see the section that says Who has access, and it's going to say something like this. It might vary depending on whether you're in an organization, but you're going to want to click on Change. And what you want to do is you want to say anyone with the link can access, no sign-in required. And we're just going to leave it as can view. If you wanted other students to be able to comment in your document, you could change it to can edit. We're going to leave it as can view. And what that's going to do is your document, once you're done with this, so you're going to copy the path for this. So once you get done with your document, then you're going to just upload the link to your document so that other students can go through and to give feedback on your document. The idea is each of us is supposed to give feedback on 3 different students. So I just talked you through the share, and then the next thing is you're going to be completing the steps for step 1, all of step 1, and then steps 2, there's multiple parts. You're going to go through sample syllabi research, course outcomes research, and required text research. And that's going to be in step 3. So you'll go through and you'll see this document. And again, these steps map to what I had presented as the needs analysis process, these different steps in the model. And you'll go through step 1, you'll fill that out. Step 2, you'll fill that out, and then for step 3, you'll go through and fill in the examples. And you can also find an example that I'll have linked there of a course blueprint, or a course research and brainstorming example, where you can see that I actually went through this process for this course. So I talked about what's going to make our course unique, and if I were doing this, we did this more deeply in discussions and other planning meetings. I'd probably add more here. Step 2, what's the intended audience? What are we hoping students will get out of the course? And summary of how it'll help students for future careers. And it doesn't need to be as concise as what I did, but one of the most important things is collecting information from the field. There's a strategy that's called the fast follower strategy. Now, if you're Apple, you try to invent things, or you try to refine. Apple invents design and Google invents design, but for many of us, we're going to learn from other people. So we want to see what other people have done. So I looked at 5 other syllabi, and then I looked at their outcomes, and I copied their outcomes here, and then out of that, I created a brainstorming list of potential outcomes. And you can look at this, and this actually doesn't look very much like the other outcomes. I also looked at the textbooks. We didn't go with any of these textbooks because we wanted to have an open textbook, and that's this section. One of the most important parts of this also is how do you find and request instructor copies. If you're at an educational institution, you can request instructor copies. Usually you have to register, but here are some of the links of how you would do that. And the end goal is you're going to be creating a draft list of potential required text. So again, coming back to this, you're going to be going through and doing research on through the required text in step 3. So once you're done, you're going to take that Google Doc, the web address that you had from your Google Doc, and make sure it's a copy. And then you're going to go through and you're going to review 3 students. So the instructions say, please add a link to the Google Doc of your copy of course needs with the portions filled in for this assignment. So you'll go to that, and if you want to get feedback, which hopefully most of you will, then you hit next. And I provided this example. I'll also have this at the beginning, and then you can go through. And right now we don't have any other students, so I can't give feedback, but that's the goal of this assignment. And we'll continue to work on this in lessons 2 and 3 in this course.